Hey everyone, welcome back to Bird Talk with Terrence Mathis. I'm William Brandon. Please make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel Atlanta Sports Unlimited and turn on your notifications so you don't miss an episode. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. It's the simplest fantasy sports game on the market. You can pick players from multiple sports, like tonight's World Series game and Thursday Night Football. So sign up with the code ASU and Prize Picks will 100% match your first deposit up to $100. Download it for free at the App Store and Google Play. Well, the Atlanta Falcons lost to the Carolina Panthers this past weekend, 19-13, in a dismal offensive performance.
It's funny going into that Panthers week. We was on a streak, and everyone was saying, "Oh, this is a win. This is a win," and I threw caution into the wind, and I said, "You can't think that it's a win because any team in the NFL, no matter how bad they're playing, can beat you on any Sunday."
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing. So with that mindset, I even said on somewhere else, I was talking to someone, and I said, one thing you can't do as a coaching staff is looking at this as a win and look past this one going to New Orleans. I says, you got to tell your team that this is a must win and we must prepare like our season is on the line. And the Falcons came out like they didn't care. They came out like they wasn't prepared. Yeah. They just, it just was a flat performance on both sides of the ball that was to the point of, and here's the thing, I don't know who sees this. I know we do have a lot of followers, subscribers, whatsoever. We want more. But here's the thing, William, is that a lot of people want you just to be quiet and cheer for your home team and say, hi, it's the home team, and you should say something good about it, especially being a former Atlanta Falcon. But that's not the case here, because here it is. I'm not a player anymore. I'm more on the coaching side, GM side of things right now. And I more analyze things more than just being a fan.
Yeah.
And here we are where we look like we're going backwards. And then, people say, well, what do you need to do to right the ship? We've been talking about this team for weeks now, and what should happen, what could happen, if this, if that, but, then there's a but, if, all that. And right now, pretty much you're running out of things to say. Mm-hmm. And it's just almost like, well, let's just watch and let the season end, and however it ends, it ends. But I'm not going to do that. Yeah. I'm not going to do that, because here it is. It's a shame for a professional football team with pro coaches and pro players going into week 7 that have and don't have any identity and play with no enthusiasm whatsoever. You are professionals, and you should play at a higher level and take your job more seriously than what you did on Sunday. Now, players gonna be like, "Oh, T, you selling us out. You throwing, there's no code here. There's no code here. I'm calling it like it is. You were unprepared. You played with no energy, and there was no leadership on that football team on Sunday. Point blank."
And is that why you think there's no consistency? What do you think is the reason there's no consistency week to week with this team?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they're still filling each other out, players and coaches, players and players. Are they trusting the system? Are the coaches trusting the players? There's so many things that goes on that determines this type of play. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. We don't hear. Here's the thing. You don't want to be a detriment to your football team. You're not going to say the things that you might say to your wife or your buddy at the house after the game or whatsoever, this and that. But, or to other coaches or to other players. I don't know. The thing is that somewhere there's a disconnect. And I don't know where that disconnect is.
Mhm.
I don't know if it's player, coaching, coaches, player, whatever it is, but there's a disconnect right now. And you can say whatever you want to say. Oh, we're family and we trust each other, but you're not playing like it.
Mm-mm.
You don't play like you trust each other. You don't play like you like each other. You don't play like you love each other. You don't call plays or put players in right situations like you really, really care. So, my thing is, and I can sit here and say that and question that. And it's my opinion. I could be wrong, and you can tell me I'm wrong, but it is what it is.
And speaking of putting players into situations, why are we seeing Feleipe Franks as the wide receiver on multiple plays still late in the season? I
Well,
mean,
well, I think that was a combination of Ridley being out and trying to get some bodies and rest some bodies offensively whatsoever. But where's Darby? Where's Darby? Is he still hurt? Is he on the practice squad? I haven't heard his name in weeks. Why isn't he not active right now? Why is he not playing right now? And here's the thing: this was William. You were sitting there with me. We were at the game together, and you were sitting there with me. This was confusing to me. The personnel changes that happened throughout that game. It seemed like every play there was four guys going off the field, four guys coming on the field. How does your quarterback, or how do you get a continuity with each other when there's different sets of guys on the field on every different play? That was confusing to me. It was real. I'm talking about offensively now.
yeah,
That
yeah.
was very confusing to me, and I didn't understand that.
And you think that's part of the problem why we still can't really get 100 yards rushing as a team? I mean, we're struggling to run the ball consistently, like not even 100 yards. And
Well,
Arthur Smith comes from, I mean, I know it was Derrick Henry, so I'm
yeah.
not gonna, but
Well, this was a perfect game to try to run the football. It wasn't a game that you were behind and you had to throw the ball. Here's a game where you could have took control of the game by running the football and running it effectively, and that didn't happen. Um, and what determined that was this is that our defense was on the field for two basically for two whole quarters,
yeah,
and they were tired. So now you have them marching down, kicking field goals, scoring touchdowns, and you feel you have to score. So you're gonna throw the ball, make sure you keep up.
yeah,
And that happens sometimes. But you know, at the end of the day, if you're a so-called running team and a running guru, trust your running game.
yeah. I was concerned with our run game, and Matt didn't have one of his best days, but
Well,
I know fans are quick to rush to point the finger at him as soon as things go negatively. But the Falcons had multiple opportunities. I was questioning some of the play calling early on. Mike Davis had a big run early over Truck Shaq Thompson. It was a third and
mm-hmm.
two. And they come out with a play action, and we had to
Yeah,
punt because it was squandered.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, yeah, I thought Mike Davis ran well, against his former team, and that's the thing that I thought they was going to hang their hat on.
mhm.
Let Mike Davis, do his thing against his former team, and he showed glimpses of it. Then they go away from it, and you can be hard on Matt Ryan if you want to. He'd be the first one to tell you he didn't play his best, but at the same time, I'm gonna go back to where's the continuity? He doesn't know who's on the field. The guy's coming in and out the huddle. He doesn't know. How can you trust a guy? How can you get a field of a guy when there's a different player on the field on every different play?
Mhm.
And I look. I'm not. I'm pretty much taking up for Matt Ryan on this, but
Mhm.
at the same time, he does have to play better and take care of the football.
Yeah, definitely. What I mean, are you seeing things that can be corrected?
You know what? And the thing, William, I was going home and I said, there's nothing else to say. Whatever I say, it really don't matter because they're not listening to the point where they're going to do whatever I say anyway,
Mhm.
but I can give you suggestions. Here's the thing. Um, First of all, the free agency period is about to end. Today is Tuesday,
Trade deadline,
and
yeah.
it's about to end in about 45, maybe an hour or so, a little bit more than an hour and a half or something like that. And we got to go get a receiver. But we won't go get a receiver because here's the thing. And this is William. I was on Peachtree because I took the street home. I didn't want to get on the highway.
Mhm.
So I took Peachtree home, and I'm sitting there and I said, we need a receiver. Ridley he's handling his situation, and let's pray for him and keep him in our prayers. And then I go, we need a go-to big play receiver. But then I thought about it. That'd never happen because what you do offensively in the passing game, you don't respect the wide receivers anyway. It's about the tight ends and the running back. So if you think we're going out to trade for a receiver, you might as well forget that because this is not what this offense is made for. There's this offense will probably never have a receiver catch for over 80 balls and go for 1,000 yards and double-digit touchdowns again in this offense. Now, if Kyle Pitts would do it because he's a tight end hybrid receiver, Patterson can do it because he's a hybrid receiver, running back type, but they're not true wide receivers. And again, when your mindset is run game oriented, the wide receiver position is not important to you.
How might that play an impact on the wide receiver room on a team, or with their cohesiveness with the offensive unit? Is there any disgruntledness, or is it over?
There couldn't be because there's no pressure for you to perform.
Mm-hmm.
There's who in that room now that Ridley is going. You got Cage there, but he's okay. He's suitable. He's a number 2, number 3 receiver, but he's not expected to go out and catch 80 plus balls and go over 1,000 yards from double digits. So he's just there to move the chains pretty much and make plays when needed. So in that room right now, they're just doing their job. And they're not expecting to do a whole lot. So there's not going to be any rumbling. There's not going to be no conversations with the OC or the quarterback about getting the receivers the ball. Now that Calvin Ridley is out.
Do you have any ideas on who you would like for the Falcons maybe to trade for? Or is there any kind of impact player out there they could go and get?
Well, you can go on social media and everybody has their opinions. Brandon Cooks is not coming to the Atlanta Falcons. The Houston Texans are not getting rid of their number 1 best receiver on their football team. That's not going to happen. You can get Deshaun Jackson. You can get Deshaun Jackson for probably a minimum. You can get him for minimum. I don't know. I don't know who else is, there's no one else out there. I would say OBJ, but Cleveland ain't dumb. They're going to ask for a whole lot for OBJ. And, but that will excite the offense if you had an OBJ.
Yeah.
I mean, now you got a guy that's going to be demanded double coverage. He's going to make plays for you. It may revitalize Matt Ryan if you had an OBJ.
I'm sure he might bring a high price tag though.
Yeah.
And that would
well, here's the thing though. You're going to have money next year. There's going to be money there for you next year. There's going to be draft picks. There's going to be some picks that you can, in the draft, you can get out of, move around, do some trades whatsoever. So you're going to have some money. I mean, I think OBJ is 28 years old. I mean, he still got some legs left in him. So, if you're trying to, and before I even go there with that, you asked me who else. Now let's look at the other side of the ball. You got Cox over there with the Eagles. He's not an edge rusher. Now, I know a lot of people asking for an edge rusher. If you had a really, really good edge rusher, why would you get rid of him?
Yeah.
So that ain't gonna happen. Now, I don't know what the Broncos was thinking when they got rid of Von Miller. Maybe they was trying to free up some money for the years to come. But other than that, there's not an edge rusher out there that we can go get. And now you get an inside guy side by side with Grady. Woo. That's
what he needs. Exactly.
That's what he needs. That's special right there. And then because at the end of the day, one of them gonna get double teamed. Then you have a one-on-one with the tackle, and then you can put one of our fast linebackers or a swifter defensive end and win some of those one-on-one battles on the outside. But Falcons not gonna make a move. They won't make a move. they're not going to make a move. They're set on what they are, what they want to be for the rest of the year. So we're going to just have to ride this year out and hope for the best.
Speaking of that, the Falcons, they still have not won a home game. I mean, as a matter of fact, the Georgia Bulldogs have won more games in 2021, and that was one game when they beat Cincinnati back in the Peach Bowl on New Year's Day. So the
Yeah.
Falcons are still yet to win at home in front of their home fans. And yesterday, yes, it looked. I mean, I know on TV it looked crazy. I saw the official attendance at 68,000, but I'm going to be there regardless, but I just know how the fans are. If there's not a winning product and it's playing like this, then they had the roof open. It was cold. It was just too much stuff going on. And then I continue to make excuses, and I know Timor probably don't like it but it's just, I don't know. I don't know what's up with these fans. They've got to
Right.
get in the seats, win or lose.
Right.
You got to be out there to help the team get momentum.
Well, here it was one of those. It was a bad Sunday. First, you open the roof and it was colder than what they said it was gonna be, and then it was Halloween Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
and the Braves were playing.
Yeah.
So the Falcons, I don't think people's minds were on the Falcons for Sunday. I think it was more up the road, up 75 on Truist Park for the Braves.
Yeah.
And I'm they'll come, they'll come because you know they're gonna have to. I mean, if you want if if you're gonna continue to complain about uh this football team and what they're not doing and
Mm-hmm.
whatsoever, and if you're a fan, go to the game. Just go to the game and just support them, and then it's easy to watch it on TV because you get to see replays and all that stuff. You get to see them in the dome, in the Mercedes Benz also, but go to the game and really see, and then you can really analyze what you see in person.
And yeah, and give off that energy that they
Yeah,
desperately need.
exactly, exactly.
Well, it doesn't, I would say it gets easier, but with the Falcons, it doesn't. The Falcons travel to New Orleans. They're without Jameis Winston because he tore his ACL after that Devin White horse collar tackle. And he's been replaced by Trevor Siemian. So on a normal day, I would be like, okay, Falcons should, but I'm just hesitant to say that. But the Falcons do lead that overall series, 53 wins to 51 losses. But unfortunately, the Falcons have lost the last 3 in a row to New Orleans,
Hmm.
and they've only won 1 out of their last 7 against the Saints. What's it going to take for them to beat these pesky New Orleans Saints come this Sunday?
Well, here's the thing. These New Orleans Saints just beat Tom Brady and the Buccaneers with Simeon at
Yeah.
quarterback. Now, if you think you're gonna go into this game, they don't have their star quarterback. Breeze retired. Jameson Winston is out he's out for the season. They got Hill is out, so they got a third string quarterback playing. So we got this made. It's another game. This is a trap game. You got to go in there and play because guess what? That defense is really darn good. That is a really good football team in New Orleans, and you got to come and play. First of all, you got to prepare. You got to prepare, and go play with some energy. That's the thing. You go play with some energy. Go play like you want to win a game. Go play like you're supposed to win the game. Don't go in there hoping you're gonna win the game. That's what it looked like last Sunday. It was like,
Yeah.
we're gonna win. We have the ball last and kick a field goal to win. That's what it felt like.
Yeah. It was never
It felt
good.
like if we get the ball last, we'll turn it on.
Mm-hmm.
Let's stay close to the fourth quarter, and we get the ball last, we turn it and kick the last second. That's the way it was coached to me. That's the way they were playing. So you can't do this with this Saints team because you're gonna find yourself in the fourth quarter down 3 touchdowns. So what you need to do is play every play like it's your last play.
Mm-hmm.
You have to, and everybody has to contribute. You can't wait for the guy next to you say, "Well, I'm gonna wait till he gets a pancake block, and then I'm gonna get me one."
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna wait till he makes a tackle, then I'm gonna go make a tackle. Oh, when he makes a big play, I'm gonna make a big play. No, you do it. You be the leader. You be the leader on Sunday, and we have a chance to win the football game.
Yeah, Falcons were, as we said, if they would have won, they would have been 4-3, and that would have put them one game behind Tampa and New Orleans with two
Yeah.
losses. But they shot themselves in the foot. So now they're 3-4 and got to try to get back to 500. If they keep doing this flip flop all year, lose a game, win a game, do you see a team going 9-7? Well, what will it be, 10-7 or 9-8? Excuse me, a nine
Yeah.
and eight team. Do you see that making the playoffs, wild card?
That could happen. That could happen. The way it's all set up, you might see an 8-9 team make the playoffs. The
Mm-hmm.
way it's all set up, because after there's really not after this past weekend, there's no really elite teams
Mm-hmm.
in the NFL. If you look at the Cowboys, who's playing well, you look at you look at the Rams, and you look at the Cardinals, and you look at some of these other teams that are playing well. But at the end of the day, what happens is those middle of the road teams start to get better.
Mm-hmm.
And then here they come, like your Steelers and your Seahawks. Those teams like that start to rise up towards the end of the year. So now you're gonna see right there that last 2 weeks, that 17th week is gonna be very important. That's gonna be like a playoff week for a lot of teams.
Yeah, I imagine it will. I mean, like I said, these teams, the NFC in itself, I feel like is loaded. It's just way more competitive and better teams than the AFC, in my opinion.
Right.
They are stacked over there, and it's going to cause for some good football to come. But I mean, after this New Orleans game, then the Falcons travel to Dallas. So I don't know if they don't get ahead of this quick, it's going to go down quick.
Well, yeah, and that's true. And they can. It's let me tell you, this team has the personnel to beat anybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's just preparation and scheme against some of these teams that's going to win football games. You're not going to be the league has too much talent in it where one team is just truly much better personnel wise than the other. It's all about coaching and scheme
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to the NFL. And that's what wins football games. And then players do what they do in that scheme to help win football games.
And I hope our scheme goes back to an aggressive style. Like you said, it seemed a little subdued, almost like we're just playing to win the game barely instead of just
Hmm.
keeping the foot on the gas and going to back some of the things that worked against these other teams.
Right,
I didn't, and then granted, some of the personnel wasn't on the field at the same time,
right.
but just some of the plays, look different, and the team seemed to play differently.
Yeah, I think I seen one ball thrown over 40 yards the whole game. We don't throw the ball deep. So guess what? When you don't do that, and when you dink and dunk and hand the ball off, dink and dunk and hand the ball off, you know what that does? That brings everybody close to the line of scrimmage.
Mm-hmm.
And now they know, oh, you're not going deep. You're not. So we're gonna sit here and play the run and play everything underneath and make sure that we're where we're supposed to be to stop your short passing game.
Yeah, and then you get a good tip. There's an interception or throwing
Yep,
those crossing routes
yep,
right in traffic.
yep.
Yeah,
Exactly. That's what happens.
yeah. I hope that, like I said, they can get back to extending. I mean, I hope Arthur Smith sees what he did wrong as well as his team, and maybe get things corrected because, like, it looked dismal. It looked
Yeah,
like the team
it
from
did.
week one. It looked like the
Yeah,
team we went
right.
all the way back to week one.
Yeah. That's
What
just
else?
it's you know, and you can see the frustration in the interviews from
Mm-hmm.
Arthur Smith and Pease. They're frustrated. It's almost like they don't know what else to do right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, uh, they, it's like we shot our shot. I don't, we're not gonna get this spot anymore, and we shot our shot, and it didn't go in. That's what it seems like right now. But you know, anything it can turn around in a hurry because you got professional men out there. It's not like it's young boys and they're giving up. Their pride, their jobs are on the line, so they got to play, and they're gonna play hard. And right now, they're gonna have to find a way to get out of the first gear and get into gear 2 and 3 in a hurry.
Hmm. What you got for us to end the show, Terrence?
Well, here it is. We've been hearing a lot about mental health lately, and the anxiety and depression and all the things that's going on with professional athletes and even people across America, across the state. And here's one thing, um, I I want to leave with you when it comes to mental health and all those things. Going to a doctor, going to see somebody, talking to somebody, taking medicine, all that is good. But there's only one doctor that I know that has 100% healing power, and that's God Himself. Get on your knees and pray. Pray for His guidance, His support, and His understanding through your trials, and He'll give you an answer, and He'll pull you through. He'll never fail you. He is undefeated. William, He's undefeated. That's the team
Right.
I'm on. I'm on that undefeated team. Be on the undefeated team and watch all the blessings come to you, and you're gonna come out of it. I promise you, you'll come out of it. That's it.
Thank you, everyone. Y'all have a great day. Make sure to subscribe to Atlanta Sports Unlimited and sign up for Prize Picks. Come on, Braves, win that World Series.
Yes, yes, yes. How they do it? How they do it?